Jamie Richards trains her and also has runners at Riccarton, at Randwick and at Flemington. Jamie, good morning to you. When you were sitting down and planning the season ahead, did you dream of this day and the runners that you would have in high quality races across 4 venues?
Morning, Jace. Yeah, I guess that you plan and you hope that the horses prepare well and get there in one piece, and thankfully all the horses are really well.
Speaking of Melody Belle, firstly, I assume things have been ticking over exactly as you'd wanted them to do?
Yeah, she hasn't put a foot wrong in the last couple of weeks since Hastings, and she's prepared well. Very happy with her heading into today.
Without sort of blowing the top off too much, look, what was her last piece of work like?
Really good. I was in Sydney watching the horses over here work, but the boys at home were really pleased with her, and Opie was very complimentary. So, yeah, she's going well.
Often in racing we talk about bad luck. She was dynamic winning the second leg, but what do you want to see play out for her today from barrier 2? What would your ideal scenario be?
Just being behind the pace there somewhere, just get a nice run. She'll probably go a little bit keen going past the winning post the first time, like she did at Ellerslie at 2,000 metres in the autumn. But once she settles, which she will, hopefully she just finds a nice rhythm and stays out of trouble.
How much confidence have you gained from sort of how she's come through this preparation, what you saw over 2,000 at Ellerslie, and then how she's stepped up this preparation that 2,000 metres will be no dramas for her whatsoever?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we could have her any better. She's probably going as good as she ever has. So, we're confident that she'll run a big race.
Also in the Hawke's Bay Guineas, the Sacred Falls Hawke's Bay Guineas, you have Aotea Lad, who is second up today. What have you seen in him that says that maybe he could upset Catalyst?
I don't think he can today. Be honest about that. I think from the barrier it makes things tricky for him. But the horse is in great order. He's come on in the coat. The boys at home have been pleased with his work, and like the other horses, he's had a good preparation so far to be running really well today.
We're just seeing his run at Ruakaka. He didn't have clear running the last 200 metres to really stretch. How much sort of do you think he has come on from that?
He's a good doing little horse. He's sort of had a couple of trials. He went to Te Akau for a gallop. He's always been pretty laid back, but he's starting to come right now. Took a little while to come out of the winter, but he looks really good in the coat, and he'll parade well.
I suppose the target is the 2,000 guineas, and this will be a big signal for you as to where he sits in his prep. Yeah,
for sure. Today's not grand final day. And so we want to have him peaking when he gets to Riccarton, and hopefully today he'll run a nice race and keep progressing.
You also have Mazzero in the first race. What are you expecting to see from him?
I was really disappointed with him at Ruakaka. He's been a hard horse to get a line on at home. His work's been pretty ordinary, but the last couple of weeks he's started to come right. He's had the blinkers on, and he's been doing a little bit of jumping and a few other bits and pieces. So hopefully he can turn his form around. We all know he's a good quality horse. He's got good form in Melbourne, and up to the middle distance there today looks like it's going to suit him.
Speaking about Sydney now, and the place where you're going to be today, Royal Randwick, Probabile is the first horse that you'll saddle up in the Flight Stakes, and it looks like a match race between her and Funstar. What have you done with Probabile since her last start and very narrow second?
No, we haven't changed a lot around with her. We've kept her work pretty sharp, and she's been working well. She looks a treat, and she's eating really well. So I think she's in great form and ready to run a big race.
How much have you thought about tactics? Because you would have seen, I assume, a sort of a lot of the form analysts and people that map races discuss where Funstar will be and where Probabile will be. What are you thinking?
I think we're going to sort of be back. It's only a small field, which I think helps us, so we're probably going to be back there last, getting to the outside in the straight. And I guess we're just sort of hoping that they go along a little bit, that the tempo's genuine. But she's going well, and hope she, in a small field, she's not going to be too far off them.
when she won the Karaka Millions so brilliantly, is it fair to say even at that stage you had in your mind that she was going to be a sort of a 3-year-old that would lap up a mile?
Yep, absolutely. She's bred to get this sort of trip, and she never looked like a natural 2-year-old, but she got there on natural ability, and I think the mile suits there today. I don't think we've had her going as good since the Karaka Million as how she'll present there today.
Race number 7 is the Epsom Handicap. This is another race that you've targeted from a long way out for Te Akau Shark. We're pretty excited about the conditions that he gets. What do you make of it all?
Yeah, no, we're happy with him. He's prepared well. Months between runs and a little gallop at Canterbury there last Wednesday, which is sort of which is what we did with him last year when he was really flying in the spring. And again, he's had a good preparation. He looks great in the coat. And a little bit of rain here in Sydney this morning. He'll just take the bite out of the track, which should really suit him.
We're just seeing his lead-up run behind at Dream Force, and he settled just back of midfield that day in the tramway. James McDonald squeezed him between runners. How much sort of do you think he's taken out of that with a view to the mile today?
Yeah, I think he's prepared well, as I say. It looks good. Just a little bit awkward from the barrier, Jace. So we just have to sort of get a little bit of cover back in the field. But, everybody sort of says that it's not such a big deal drawing wide at the Randwick mile there. Hopefully there's going to be a bit of tempo in the race. Dream Force will go forward from out wide. And, hopefully we'll get over the top of them late.
Does it give you confidence that when he's really delivered those stunning performances, he's been able to sit back and has often been 3 wide, and it's that space that we've seen, that just devastating galloping action and sprint from him? Does that give you confidence that maybe that sort of draw is not quite so bad for a horse like him? Yeah,
I think so, and certainly better drawn out there than say drawing 1 or 2, being hemmed up in between runners. See the Stars there last time sort of leant on him a little bit, and he just got a little bit tight. So I think, as you say, he's a horse that's got a really big action, and a bit of galloping that really suits him.
Going to, well, you have an eye, no doubt, on Flemington and Caliburn, or Te Akau Caliburn. And this import was sectionally very, very good. First run in Australia. That's at Flemington. They're just having a quick look at the Metropolitan Handicap market where Brimham rocks, and $4.40. We've got Sir Charles Road in that at 20 to 1. But Jamie, what can you tell us about Te Akau Caliburn?
Yeah, he's going well. We're happy with how he's done in the last 3 weeks. His work's been good. Just got a couple of things against him there today. Foremost is he's drawn out. He's just got to go back again. And we're sort of relying on a good tempo. Hopefully they don't go as steady in front as they did last time, which made it sort of near on impossible for him to get over the top of them. But hopefully they go along a little bit today. Probably one other concern we've got is just the firmness of the track. These European horses, they do seem to appreciate a little bit of easing, but he's going well, and if they go along a bit in front, he's certainly going to be getting over the top of them late. But it's a good quality field, and it's a good test for him to see where we're at.
When you've laid your eyes on him, what have you seen?
He's a beautiful horse. You wouldn't see a better looking horse. He's got size and scope and lovely colour and good markings. And he looks well. He's as I say, a really nice horse. We've just you just need a couple of things to go away there today.
I suppose he's purchased by David Ellis, who put a syndicate together to get him from Europe to Australia. It's a significant race in that it's a win and you're into the Melbourne Cup scenario for him. Of course, though, it seems like his best is ahead of him, and if he doesn't make it today, you've still got some very big staying opportunities in the next 12 months and beyond with him.
Yeah, for sure. The Melbourne Cup this year isn't sort of, it's not the be-all and end-all. Obviously, it's a great race, and we'd love to be there. But if we didn't end up getting there, there's still some nice staying races for him in Melbourne, or he could even come home and have a bit of a break and get ready for races like the Auckland and Sydney Cup. So he's got a good future in front of him. We don't need to panic too much. But yeah, we're happy with him. He seems to be going well.
Okay, so at Riccarton, you've got the biggest team of gallopers across all the venues there, a big representation preparing for races across the New Zealand Cup. What can you tell us about your best chances out of Riccarton today?
Yeah, we've got a big team in down there. Dad's in charge down there. Nice horses. Got some really nice chances all day. Touch on the 2-year-old ready for this. He's trialled well. He looks a nice prospect. Golden Age was really good, winning a mile maiden there a couple of weeks ago and steps up to 2,000 metres, which we think will suit him. So, yeah, they're probably a couple of our better chances, but horses like Explosion in the first and El Haram in the Open 2000, they're all going to run well as well.
Got a few to choose from across your 4 venues. Which is the horse you most expect to win?
Well, I think it's hard to go past Melody Belle. She looks terrific. No disrespect to the opposition, but there's probably been stronger renditions of the race. But, this is horse racing, Jace, as you know. Sometimes things happen that are out of your control. We're really looking forward to the day in front of us, and hopefully it could be a really good day.